I'm Elden Smith. I'm going to say 8 years ago. Okay? I don't know if I've shared this with you guys. I know I have on YouTube. But about 8 years ago, I had been watching a channel called RFD TV. Rural America's most important network. Alright? In watching that channel, I came across shows like Porter Wagner, the Wilburn Brothers, Hee Haw. And then I came across two new shows that I had never seen before. After I'd watched Porter Wagner, right after that, a show came on called Country's Family Reunion. I'm like, what is this? So I'm sitting there seeing all these country stars that I had grown up hearing, who were well past the point they had been singing obviously for years before I came along, and seeing them in this room and talking and singing songs and telling stories. But the other show, Larry's Country Diner, was also hosted by Bill Black.
Hosted by Larry Black and produced by Larry Black.
He would have artists come on there, and they would have the Country Diner, and the cameras were rolling, and they don't care. But out of watching these two shows and seeing new artists come along, I'd already been watching the couple that you guys have heard me talk about before, Joey and Rory. My wife had got tickets for us to go see them back in 2015. But one person I'd come across in 2015 who I had not seen anywhere, shape, or form was Teea Goans. I come across her on Larry's Country Diner, and Larry had asked, and he usually asks all the guests, how does someone get in contact with you? Well, she went off and said, you all do Facebook? I'm a Facebookie. So she sat there and she says, if you send me a message on Facebook, I'm the one who takes care of my own Facebook page, and I will contact you or send you a message saying hello. Well, when I saw that, I thought, oh yeah, really? Okay, well, let's see. So that night, as I first saw it, I sent a picture of myself with a guitar from from my YouTube channel, my profile picture, saying, hello, Teea, it was nice to meet you. And that same evening, she sends back a message on Facebook saying, hello, Eldon, it's nice to meet you too. I said, all right, that's cool. I got a response back when she said she would. Because most people you sit there, you send responses to or messages to, and you don't get anything. It's like crickets. You know how crickets sound. I can't even mimic it right now. So that is the start of why I've been pushing Teea Goans this whole week, or the last month, as you guys have seen, because getting ready for this Grand Ole Opry debut on the circle. Now you may ask me, Eldon, what is so special about singing in the circle? Well, for country music fans, we know what it means to stand in the circle. But I'm going to try and explain it to people who don't know or understand country music. Standing in the circle at the Grand Ole Opry House is like hearing James Brown do for the first time. Okay. Not to mention James Brown himself stood in that circle back in 1979, invited again by that aforementioned person, Porter Wagner. Yes, the two of them being friends. All right? Like watching Richard Petty win 13 races in that single year. 13 races in a single year with his Dodge running around the top of the track and passing everybody up. Winning the national championship for race car drivers. That was an awesome year for Richard Petty. It's like standing out there on the football field during Super Bowl 21 and singing in the halftime show. Well, not singing, but lip syncing and being a dancing cowboy. That was an awesome thing, to stand on the Super Bowl football field as the players were playing. Even though the Rams were playing that year, it was still cool to be on that field, on the Super Bowl field, singing and dancing, and knowing that those NFL players were going to run back out there that field and continue on with the game. The Denver Broncos and the New York Giants. All right? It's like that. Okay? It's like standing on Carnegie Hall's stage and singing opera like Rosa Puncel. It's like standing or seeing Michael Jackson for the first time doing the moonwalk. Yeah, people saw that and wow, what is that? A new move. I would say that circle, being that it came from the original Ryman Auditorium, where country music had been the home of country music. The Ryman Auditorium had been the Grand Ole Opry from 1943 to 1974. Everybody who was anybody in country music stood on that part of the floor. So when they moved homes in 1974 from the Ryman to the Grand Ole Opry House, they took out an 8-foot section, square section, and then carved it down to a 6-foot circle. Okay? And inlaid it in the floor. And Roy Acuff himself had him put it just right of stage. Just a little right of center. Okay? Because that's where you're going to stand to perform. It's an honor for anybody in country music to get a chance to sing in the circle, knowing that everybody who is anybody, male and female, has stood in that spot. And you know, the circle on the stage represents something else to us in country music. The circle is as important to us as, I would say, probably syrup is to pancakes. You know, it reminds us that the circle will not be broken. And it also references back to a song from the Carter family from 1927. Will the circle be unbroken? Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I was standing by my window on a cold and windy day when I saw the hearse come rolling, Lord, and carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Here's a verse for you. Said, here's a verse for you. Undertaker, 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 please drive slow. For the body you are taking, oh, I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Went back home, Lord, found it lonesome, 'cause my mother now was gone. All my brothers, sisters crying, what a home so sad and lone. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Yeah. And no, the circle will not be broken. Just as Brad Paisley and little Jimmy Dickens said when they put the circle back in the floor after the flood of 2010. who is Teea Goans, I will share the link for you to see the documentary that she had done herself from the time that she started singing back at the age of 4 all the way up to the release of her second album. Okay. I came along after she had already released her third album, and she was promoting that third album, Memories to Burn. All right? I came along late in the game. All right? But I'm proud of what Teea has accomplished, and I will continue to promote her all week long, all the way through the Grand Ole Opry, okay? I'm going to share this video with you guys today, along with links in there on the story of the circle, links of her documentary, which I've already shared, but I'm going to share that link again so you guys can watch that documentary, because that'll give you a clear view of who Teea is. All right? And then tomorrow, I'm going to treat this whole week as the week. Teea week. All right? Tomorrow, I'm going to share her first album. Tuesday, I'm going to share her second album. Wednesday, I'm going to share her third album. And Thursday, I'm going to share her fourth album. And then the grand day is Friday. All right? You guys may ask why. And I'm telling you, anytime I've ever sent a message, asking her questions about anything about Nashville, she's never been too busy to respond back. Asked her about the Station Inn, if it was a cool place to go, because we were on our way out there in 2015. And she said, Eldon, it's a neat little place, and it's a non-smoking event. In other words, you can't smoke in there. I said, because I had told her, I said, if it's a smoking place, or if it's a place that allows smoking, my wife probably won't want to stay there very long. She goes, no, Eldon, it's a no smoking event, and that's a plus because it's such a small place. So, you guys have a blessed day.